Just a few minutes, we're going to get to the prediction segment of our show, which is always Neil Warner's and my favorite part because we get to show each other up, show who knows more. But before we get there, everybody's preparing for August 17th, which is the season opener. Neil, as a coaching staff, what do you look for in that season opening game?
Well, I'll tell you, if I was a coach, the thing I'd look for is if my kids played hard, who played hard for 4 quarters. I think that's really all you can ask for out of your kids is that they play hard every play. And they've got a lot to learn, especially in these new situations. Most of the region, in both of the regions, are young. We don't have a lot of returning players, so there's going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of fumbles, a lot of penalties. But if I'm a coach and I'm looking at the film or whatever, I want to see guys compete whistle to whistle, all out. And that's really all I'm looking for in that first game.
There's 2 things that, if I'm a coaching staff, there's 2 things I'm going to look for. And part of what you say I agree with. Because as well as working hard, I want a team that's going to improve from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Because that first quarter is usually really ugly. You and I've seen enough season openers.
I don't think that you can improve necessarily.
Well, I think you want the team to get more comfortable in a game situation. You haven't been there. This is your first one. That first quarter, a lot of times you see a lot of nerves. You want them to settle down as they get late in the game. Keep playing hard. I agree with you there.
Okay,
but I think you want to improve and see better play at the end of the game.
I think you can't divide it up by quarters. You need a couple of games to see improvement from.
Well, drastic improvement.
Well,
yeah,
no,
but if you're a coach that's been watching these kids in practice, yeah, you want to see them improve by the end of the game.
I don't think one game is enough to say, wow, we really made a lot of improvement in the first quarter to the second quarter. You may only have the ball twice.
Well, but you're watching your defense, you're watching your offense, you're watching your special teams.
That's not enough time. That's not enough time.
It's absolutely enough time.
One
From the
game
first
is not
quarter
enough.
to the fourth quarter? Oh, of course it is. You break it down on game film, you want to see fewer mistakes in the fourth quarter.
It's not enough time for you to judge a team whether they made significant progress. It's the first game.
But you've been watching your kids throughout practice. You want to see what they perform like in a game situation.
I understand that, but it takes more than one game. You're going to need 2 or 3 games before you can really say, hey, we're a lot better now than we were.
Okay. Well, I disagree with you on that point. The other thing I think you want to watch for, you don't want injuries. You want your kids in good enough condition that they come in and are able to play hard without hurting themselves.
Well, and that's another factor of some of these guys are going both ways, and that's a little risky, especially early in the year when they're fatigued and they're playing, on both sides of the ball. And the teams that can get away from doing that, who have the better depth, are going to be better off.
And Timpview is very good at doing that. They've gone to that. And you look at the games they play this year, those opening games, there's a lot of really tough matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few injuries just because of the talent on both sides of the ball.